Nets,
Philly,
Boston,
Heat.
That's 6.
Heat.
We not even getting to our teams yet. That's just 6 off the top.
Right.
Yeah.
Now we talk about
Knicks,
Bulls,
Hornets.
Wizards
Pacers.
got better. The Pacers. That's 11 teams we just named.
Yeah.
Right. And that's where it's
Somebody
levels
can make
because
it. Did
I
anybody
think
say Hornets?
Yeah,
I
we
just said Hornets.
Yeah.
We don't know about the Raptors yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if
the Raptors.
they're competing
They
too.
have to
Raptors
get some
are gonna be in
respect.
the thing, yeah.
So this is what I said in the video that's going out today on my other channel, is that yes, a lot of teams got better, but I wouldn't expect the Knicks to still have the same record next year, this season, than they did last year, because there's so many more competitive teams. The jump between like the 3rd seed and the 7th seed might be one game all season long.
Yep.
Yeah.
And just it could take one singular game and your ass is in the play-in instead of being the home court advantage.
It was like that last year. Like,
To
all
some,
the
yeah,
games- it was
yeah.
really like a 2-game difference.
And it's
enjoy
gonna be
that
even
shit
deeper
a
this
lot
year,
more because our West, we had like the play-in. That shit literally came down to like that shit really
Exactly.
mattered.
Mm-hmm.
The East, we were kind of like, oh well, like we know the teams that's gonna make it, they just gonna do what they do, like the Pacers or whatever. Like they're not on nothing. This could be a totally different if we see teams that are like we see the Eastern Conference around 10 to 11 deep.
I guess we could start with our teams because, like KB said, like, yeah, the Knicks may not have the same type of record or success that they had last year because the other teams got better, but that's why I like our moves that we did make.
Yeah.
Everybody was questioning not even just the Knicks moves, but teams like the Bulls. I was listening to ESPN 1000 in Chicago, and they were talking about the DeMar DeRozan contract and the fact that it doesn't put you over the top or anything like that.
Wait. Well, let's take it one at a time. Do we want to talk Knicks first, or we want to talk Bulls first? Because I got like the list of transactions, so I can tell you who they lost, who they got, to just make it a lot easier.
It don't matter.
We can start with the Knicks. Through the draft, they got Quentin Grimes. I don't really care about the draft too much. And then in free agency, they re-signed Alec Burks, Nerlens Noel, Evan Fournier is now on the team. Derrick Rose re-signed Kemba Walker after a buyout with OKC worth about $8 million. And only person they lost was Reggie Bullock. Really good offseason.
Yeah.
Really good offseason.
And similar to them and to what I was basically saying about them saying that on the radio is that, like, every team ain't making moves to get over the top, motherfucker. Like, you just want to be better than what you were last year. Is there anything wrong with being better than you were? Like, I feel like every move that teams who aren't Brooklyn or Milwaukee or Philly, any moves that we make, and that's why
There's
I
no
tied
way.
the Bulls and the Knicks together, is because I feel like the same sentiment has been happening. People talking about the DeRozan contract and what does it do for the Bulls. People talking about the Fournier contract and does it make the Knicks that much better? It makes us better, motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's what we just. That's the goal,
That's
is to
my
get
whole
better.
You think what I think is I feel like the older Chicago fan, they had the 90s, so they experienced the championships, and they be thinking that there's something we can do every single offseason that can put us over. There was not a single damn thing the Bulls could have done this offseason that would have made them a championship team. What we did is we got marginally better, and that is good enough for right now, because you never know 3 years down the line. The DeMar DeRozan story puts a lot of love in my heart. The fact that he was about to meet with the Clippers and then Mark Eversley pulled up on a fucking private jet and then he canceled his appointment with the Clippers because he wanted to talk to Mark Eversley. That is something amazing for Chicago. Yeah, DeMar DeRozan might have got a little bit more money than what his market was. Who fucking cares? It's 2021. Every player that we thought might have been untradeable, Russell Westbrook, John Wall, even Kemba Walker got bought out. That shit don't matter. In 3 years, when DeMar DeRozan on his last year of his contract, if he ain't good, we will find a solution for it, bro. We will. It's just the way it is. And this year, we saw more sign and trades this offseason than any time ever in history, which tells you that cap space don't matter. Because if a player wants to come to your team, they will make that shit work. DeMar DeRozan had no way to get to the Bulls unless the Spurs are like, we got you, bro. We fuck with you heavily. You gave us 5 years of greatness. We'll get you there. That's how the league is right now.
Damn, was it 5?
I don't know.
I think it was like 3.
No, it's 3. It was 3. Yeah.
85.
No, we talking about since the Kawhi Leonard trade.
Oh, since the Kawhi Leonard.
And that was 3
I thought it
years
was
ago.
3 years ago.
3 years ago. 3 years ago. But it's just the way it is.
No, I thought y'all was talking about the amount of the contract.
No, 385 is the actual deal. But yeah, that's just. I think Knicks fans, like we saw the Knicks fans last season, how cloud nine they were to just be back in the playoffs for the first time in X amount of years. Yeah. The deals that the Bulls made this should, I mean, I can't say for sure, should put them back in the playoffs. And right now, that is okay because the Bulls and the Knicks are doing it differently, right? The Knicks have conserved their cap space and conserved their picks. The Bulls have done it the other way. But one thing we will learn, and maybe in a year or two, is that we're going to see big-time players willing to go to the Knicks again. Big-time players, hopefully, if we're doing this right, willing to go to the Bulls again. And that's the way it works, bro. Like, think about the teams that have won recently. Other than the Bucks, they did organically through the draft. But a lot of teams will be like, hey, LeBron want to play for the Lakers now. okay, we can get him there.
Yep.
The KD just signed an extension with Brooklyn. What did Brooklyn do to get that? They had the worst trade in NBA history,
But you know who did
and then
it?
revamped it a little
Who
bit.
did it my favorite way?
What's that?
But they didn't win. But they made it to the finals. The Miami Heat, because you get Jimmy Butler, but you also have Bam Adebayo's play a big role. You have Tyler Herro.
But theirs is different too, because they even emptied out their not free agency, their draft capital. Right? They don't have any picks until like 2027.
For sure. But they still have homegrown talent.
With
they
Bam
made
and
trades,
Herro. And
they made signings, and then they have homegrown talent, which is what I think the Knicks, if we're ever going to have that shot, that's what our thing is going to be. We're going to have homegrown talent. We're going to have somebody we sign, and we're probably going to trade for a Damian Lillard type person.
Right.
And it's going to be that mixture. I can damn near guarantee if Damian Lillard is not on a Portland Trailblazer team in any near future, he'll probably be on the Knicks. It's just what it is.
What I like about the Knicks, though, is that in the playoffs, we saw them struggle to score, and they went out and they got Julius Randle other scoring options. Now you don't have to worry about him carrying the full load offensively every night, and then having to depend on Derrick Rose to come out and save you.
play 35 minutes, which is not.
Yeah,
really,
and then you got a Kemba back up in Derrick Rose. I mean, not Derrick. Yeah, in Derrick Rose, because Kemba, you can't really rely on him because health-wise, his knee, sometimes he's out. And they got the young guys, and then they got the good veterans to come in.
That's what we did. We laid that the young guys is the piece of sauce.
Yeah, and I don't see no issues with ever getting better. Every day you should try to be 1% better than you was yesterday.
If the young guy is the piece
That's
of
a
sauce,
gem.
You said what?
if the young guy is a piece of sauce, what is the veterans?
The cheese.
Because what you doing?
You sprinkle.
Let me see how you sprinkle cheese on top of the sauce.
You just adding that little extra.
Like he rolling the blunt, don't he?
Yeah, you stingy with the cheese. You gotta let
That's why,
that shit get
bro. Tom
everywhere.
Thibodeau is like the perfect fit for that New York
But
team.
you're right. You should get
Because he
better
can get
1%.
that balance between like the young guys and the vets pretty well.
And then the thing with him is that even when his young guys got it going, he'll sit the vets. He'll play him like
We
Emmanuel
talking about a
Quickley will
guy.
come out of hoop.
We talking about
We talk about a guy in Tom Thibodeau. When Julius Randle was struggling in the playoffs and Obi Toppin was playing well, he let Obi Toppin play.
What you think of Kemba Walker thing?
The Kemba Walker stand is very good. I mean, he brings that excitement.
Got that boy for $5 million. Hell
I
yeah,
think
that
it's
shit is a good ass deal.
$8 million. But I
Yeah,
think
he literally brings that excitement to the Garden that you need. Like, he's
and
that dude.
it was surprising to me that OKC bought him out with 2 years left. That was like, whoa. That's not a Sam Presti thing at all. We want two second-round picks, and we
Thank
can make it
you,
happen.
OKC. I love it though. You know, all the guys, like you said, all the guys that we got, not only do they help Julius Randle, but they still compliment him because Kemba Walker can catch and shoot a three. Evan Fournier can catch it. You know, just different things. But
and also bringing back Nerlens Noel. That was big because his market was high.
him and Mitch
You
Robinson.
think so?
Yeah, I think it's just
so,
like
at
part of
least.
it is just like getting some players back too. Like I think Mitchell Robinson would have been had some big impact if he would have been able to stay on the court.
I agree. Him and Mitch Robinson as a dynamic duo behind each other is cool. Chicago Bulls, though. Let's pivot to the Chicago Bulls. A lot of us, not a lot of us, but two of us up here are big Lonzo Ball fans.
Here we go.
Other two are big Lonzo Ball haters. But
Wait,
he's
who?
He's in our city.
Who?
Like,
One of them said
No,
that belonged
no.
in the G League,
yes.
Well, okay,
and the
that's
other
one.
and the other one's damn near agreeing with him.
Yes.
No, fuck. Listen. This was crazy because that video popped in on my recommended section, and I rewatched that whole thing.
Which one?
After the same time he said he deserved to be in the G League.
Oh,
that was
that's on
before.
video?
No, it wasn't the video.
Oh, boy.
What I did on my, you can search it on my YouTube channel. It was like, this Lonzo Ball yada yada. I put
that was when we was audio only, right?
Yes, that was audio only. But I put like a 15-minute clip of it on my YouTube channel for like promotion. He was saying weird shit. Only thing I said in that,
he was saying weird
Only
shit.
thing I said in that is that
Please
Lonzo
tell me-
Ball needs to change his jump shot. And what did he do 3 years later? His shit is dramatically different from shooting.
I want to hear the
Here.
weird shit he said.
I do too.
Go watch the video.
And did Lonzo change his shit?
Yes,
It is
cannot
changed. It is
you cannot
changed.
dispute.
His shit is the same. It's just adjusted.
It is, but it's the same thing with D-Mill. It's like if you can make your shit better, why not?
Did you
Like,
see the tweet I put out
but
yesterday?
It's still basically the same.
It was
It's
like
just a thing.
Now it's like in front of his face.
Yeah.
That's-
That's
but I
dramatically
think I think it's an
like
adjustment versus.
look at that picture.
Right. I saw that.
Versus-
but it's still the same shot. He just moved it.
That's changing though.
Yeah, but to me, when a nigga changes shot,
Like,
'cause
he's
we
just like,
talked
that's
about
not
it
even-
on there.
Oh.
We
Change your
talked
shot
about
could be
on the
like-
podcast where I told y'all because I remember the argument that y'all was talking about break his shot down and create a whole new shot, and I was saying that's not going to ever happen. That doesn't happen. If you look at guys throughout the history of the NBA,
Only thing that changed. I mean, only thing that's the same is his base.
Nobody changes their shot. Even if you look at Kobe, go watch early Kobe to Kobe over the years. His shot
Yeah,
adjusted.
no, for
Go
sure.
watch early LeBron to LeBron now. His shot adjusted. Niggas over the course of the year, especially when they come in young, they adjust their shots because you get stronger by being in the league. The ball is lighter, and you learn more of how to fucking conserve your energy throughout the course of a 48-minute game.
I'm trying to think of a player that actually was that Tristan Thompson.
Tristan switch hands.
He just switched hands.
But it's Tristan Thompson.
But
so
the
who
only
cares?
people that I haven't seen switch shots, and it probably because they came in the league older. But like Steph Curry's shot, isn't that much.
He said
of a
he
change.
switched
He
it
said
in high
he switched
school.
in like high school, but
Because he
that's
said
why
it
I
was
said-
very low release
Very low
point.
release.
and they
right,
got
and
it
that's
up,
why
yeah.
like I see what you mean. Like it's not like he changed his shot, but just like moving it over,
It is a big
that's a
deal.
big
It's
tweak. Like,
dramatic.
when
When
you're
I-
actually shooting the ball. That's a big difference.
Yeah, when
you know
I
what
looked
mean?
at the screenshot of us playing against each other, and I looked at my shot, I was like, damn. Am I blocking my view of the rim with my
Yeah.
release? So I was thinking
Bro,
about
I
trying to
remember
change my
Coach
shit.
Lavick was like the first person that really started telling me that. He was like, just move the ball to this like your shooting side instead of, so it's not like just in your way. Like you
Yeah.
said, you can kind of still see the rim.
Shout out to Coach Dick Lovick, man, one of the greatest
Yeah.
to ever do it. Hope
Coach
you're doing well.
Facts. But no, it's just like those little tweaks. They can get you right. But
Yeah, but you know, me and Mike, we like Lonzo.
I like Lonzo too.
These two
Now,
was super. Yeah,
was I? But you keep saying, was I super critical? I think
we had some of our best arguments
I would
from that phase.
I would love for you to go watch that 15-minute video again because only thing I was saying is that he needs to
I
adjust
want to
his shot.
find the real.
You can
thing
you could probably
where
find
we
the full
was
thing.
arguing. That they always go back to the Chris Middleton, Zach LaVine days.
Yeah,
Who y'all like now?
Chris Middleton is a champion.
Would you want Chris Middleton on this Bulls team or Zach LaVine?
I like Zach
I
LaVine
like
on this
Zach
Bulls
LaVine.
team.
Right, that's what the fuck I thought.
See, this is what Pierre is the worst person to argue with because he always try to excuse. We were talking about that year in 2017. Who would you rather have? Not
Zach was-
and you
I'm
know
pretty
what?
sure the argument was who was more exciting to
Who's
watch.
more
And
exciting?
it was Zach LaVine. By far,
But what were we talking about?
the Bulls.
The Bulls.
I'm just talking shit to y'all, but we talk about the Bulls.
Oh, did we give an actual grade? Because I know people for
No.
the Knicks.
Oh, for the Knicks.
Um,
I'll give us a B minus.
I would
I say
give them
B.
I'll give it a B plus.
I'll give B plus. Like you said, that just getting better is always good, and y'all had the right direction last year.
I think you said something too, right? Where like the underrated thing is bringing back your players too.
yeah.
When you can bring back your players and re-sign some guys that help you, I think it's a
You
win.
hit that on the head, my guy.
For the Bulls, if I'm giving it, and please don't dink the mics. Oh my God, you know how bad that the audio people in the driving go. Y'all crazy. Somebody driving, ears just exploded.
As long as it ain't Dick Lovick.
For the Bulls, I would give it a B plus if I was gonna grade the Bulls off season. I really enjoy it.
Don't try to take that pressure off, y'all. It's an
Yeah,
A+.
no, that
No,
shit is
I
an
definitely
A.
wouldn't get. Okay,
I think
we
that
can have
shit is an
different
A.
grades. He trying to. Nigga, you went 3 percent points
try to-
higher.
He try to dub it down so the expectations can come down a little bit. Mm.
B
That's what they
plus.
trying to do.
Yeah.
Cause I really want to get to this conversation too. Cause y'all need to make that same bet y'all did.
No, about the Knicks and the Bulls.
Knicks and the Bulls who gonna have a better record.
We can. I mean, it don't really matter. I still owe him 150.
I don't, bro. If I had a team y'all had, come on now, I'm making that bet.
Hey, you see, I was
Okay, I'm saying I'm willing to make the bet. What do you want?
But did you hear the confidence in them for the Bulls? That's what I'm saying. The Bulls, they feeling a little shaky, ain't they, KB?
But you gotta
No, I don't
You gotta
believe so.
understand.
So you not
I just
gonna-
think the Knicks are good too.
You
Like,
gotta
what?
understand this too, though. He ain't the only one that made a bet.
Yeah.
Hey, we used to me, KB said
Oh
that
my
too.
God! Please tell him your part of the bet with Derek, please, because I want to
No,
hear
I'm
what
not.
you
I
say.
can't do that. I can't do that
Just-
no more. But
I'm
I
not
was
saying
just
you're
like,
gonna do it,
so
but
I
what
was
did we talk
Because we
about?
was first of all, he was like, D Mill's not gonna make
I
no
was
bet.
gone or something.
It was in the party.
Okay.
He's like, D Mill's not gonna make no bet because he's gonna do Lakers versus like Portland. I was like, we could do both his teams. We'll do Blazers and Spurs wins versus the Lakers.
Would you do it if that deal was on the table? Lakers
Wins.
wins,
total?
total
Yeah.
wins. Spurs and Trailblazers versus the Lakers total wins.
Yeah, why not?
I was finna say you better.
That's two fucking teams, bro.
I was just curious of what his confidence was.
Would you do the OG of Portland versus Lakers?
No. What?
Portland is always a good regular season
but
team.
Look,
I'm trying to make
some money. He's trying to make some money.
That shit sound like you don't think Damian Lillard gonna be there long.